Jordan year 23, we going 6-0 this year, you heard? Champagne everywhere, nigga. Turn nothing out of something, man, that's really something. Made a couple hundred bands, man, I'm really coming. On the gram, talking like you something. Alright, let's get it. You are now tuned in to another episode of the Guns Up Club podcast. I am your host, Mikey. If you're new here, welcome. Nice to meet you. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. If you've been here, welcome back. We have another guest. It's a back-to-back guest today. We have the GOAT, multifaceted. Introduce yourself, boy. Go ahead.
Hey, man. What's up, bro? Thank you for having me. Mm-hmm. I was expecting Joe Rogan, nigga, but I guess this will do for now.
You got to start with this. Start with the low level. Once I get there, you're not going to get invited. But
you lit. Hey, I appreciate you. Mm-hmm. My name is Shawn. Shit, I do a lot. What you want me to talk about, man?
Let me kind of lead you into it, right? So, we went to school together. I know you for like a long time. Yeah, you know, since I came to this country. No, I came before you, so you knew me when you came. Nah, but all jokes aside, you went to tech?
Nah, so we went to high school together, nigga. We back from the Culver days.
Yeah.
And then we went to the same college. All this shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
We went to Long Beach State. Mm-hmm. Got bullshit degrees.
Yep.
Got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Try to figure out a way to make it happen one way or another. And then, you know, still grinding, just trying to get to it at this point.
Yeah. So we are both in tech. So talk about the tech experience, how you got into that, and how... Let's start with that. Talk about tech for a second.
Yeah, so... Basically, bro, after I graduated college, I took my resume and tried to get a job, went to all these tech companies, like actually knocked on doors, passed resumes out, but my shit was light. I didn't have enough experience. Mm-hmm. I didn't have a CS degree, so nobody wanted to give me an opportunity, and I just didn't know what to do. I was stuck. My parents was like, hey, man, you got to figure something out. Luckily, my brothers were in the tech industry as well, so they gave me some pointers on where to start. So I started, like, you know, watching YouTube videos, reading materials and everything, you know, just getting my level of knowledge up. Mm-hmm. And then I buffed up my resume, basically, and I made it more attractive and suitable to get the callbacks and started submitting those. And then I started getting interviews, but I didn't have nobody to do my interview, so I kept fucking up. Like, they'll ask me a couple questions and then hang up. But what I was doing was I was recording those conversations, so I'll go back, study the questions they asked me so I could be prepared for the next one. And then throughout that whole process, for me, it was all about just being resilient. You feel me? You're going to get a lot of no's, but all you need is one yes. So I just stuck to it, just kept pushing. And then... one day, one of the companies that I was interviewing for decided to bring me in for an in-person interview. So that was like the next step. So slowly from there, you know, finesse my way. You got to know how to like sell yourself, right? That's the most important part.
100%.
You can know all the things, but if you can't show them that you're confident in what you do, you're confident in what you know and all that, I don't think it's going to work out. So I just showed them, like, hey, if y'all hire me, I can figure it out. Whatever I don't know, I can figure it out. And then I know a little bit, and they were able to take a chance on me. And, you know, ever since then, we just haven't looked back. Just kept pushing. Long days, you know, the work hour ends, and then I got to go and study some more so I could, you know, keep my job. So getting it is one part. A lot of people get it. But keeping it is where the trick is. So, I've been doing this for the past about coming up on 6 years now. Wow. So it's been a blessing, man. I love it.
That's what's up. You mentioned one thing, and I want to talk about. You said you buffed up your resume. So I had a video regarding this, and I was vaguely talking about it. That's why, you know, having you here, you can like describe it in detail. So you said you buffed up your resume and you did the work. You did the groundwork, which is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
All my guests that come here, what they do is they do the work, and now they're like successfully doing what they're doing at what they do, right? So talk about like how even though I know what you meant, talk briefly about the buffing up the resume
Yeah, yeah. So
situation.
for me, it was simple. All I had to do was I went on like Indeed, Glassdoor, all of these sites that you can go to apply for a job. These are the same sites that employers go looking for employees. So all I did was type in the job title that I was going for as an employer. So it pulled up all these resumes of other people that uploaded their resume to the website. So I just looked at the kind of information they put in the description of each job that they had before, and then I just took one line from each resume and just plugged it into mine, one line from each resume and then plugged it into mine. But at the same time, if I was to be asked about any of those bullet points in an interview, I needed to say something about it. So I looked up the keywords and figured out what they meant and how to best respond to it. So the more resumes you go through and the more you look at what other people have, it becomes easy for you to make yours more attractive.
Yeah, and you mentioned about the trial and error of the interview process because when you first do interviews, like you said, they would sense, if you're a rookie or whatever, they would just hang up after asking 2 3 questions. But you went through that trial and error, and then by being persistent, you were able to like level up each time,
Yeah.
and then 6 years later, here you are, doing what you do. But I want to ask you another question regarding COVID was a blessing in disguise, right? So we got to a situation where you could job stack and have multiple jobs at once and working them together simultaneously at the same time. So talk about how you like figured that out and how you fell into that, and how you like even doubled and tripled your income compared to pre-COVID. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So for me, when COVID hit, I wasn't
I'm
one
past
of
that.
I wasn't one of the that shit ain't hit anyway, Nick.
Yeah, nah, I got
I
you.
wasn't
Gotta
one of
level up.
those people that be like, I gotta figure out a way to level up some more. I was just
Right.
happy to keep mine because a lot of people at that time were losing their jobs.
Right.
So after a certain time went by and I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm secure here. The fact that we were able to work from home presented an opportunity to level up. So what I did was I went through the same process. It was a little bit easier for me from past experience to go through these interviews and applying and all of that stuff. As long as you just reject the rejection, like, cause you're gonna get a lot of
Oh
rejection,
yeah, yeah.
and you're gonna get so close to the finish line, and you're gonna get rejected too. So as long as you let that just slide off your shoulder, I feel like you could go far. And for me, I just never cared about all of the no's I was getting. So when I got my second job, I was only able to keep it for like a month because I was
Stress.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
overwhelmed, bro. I couldn't sleep. I'm like, okay, I gotta do this for this one, and I gotta do this for this other one. So it was a bunch of shit that I had to go through, and I was like, you know what, my sanity is better than making all this money. So I let one go, and I just kept like my original one. And then after some time went by, I'm like, all right, let me give it another try. And then that one lasted about 3 months. And then, slowly you build up the tolerance of like, okay, what did I make a mistake on the past one that I could learn from? So you tweak certain things here and there, and then you find not the perfect formula, but something that's manageable for you to say, I can maintain this as much as I can.
That's amazing. And you talked about keeping your sanity. You prioritize your sanity right before you even jump back into like job number two again, and then figuring out like how to manage two things. Because when you first dive into 2 3 jobs, you're basically working 18 hours because you be up till 1. You look up, you got to wake up at 5 again.
Type shit.
Right. And props to you for prioritizing your sanity and then understanding how you can like look at it from a different angle and come back in. So that's amazing. I want to give you your flowers for that.
I appreciate you,
Yes,
bro.
sir. Yes, sir. And so how long you been job stacking and how's that going for you so far?
Yeah, so I've been I've been doing this on and off. Like I said, like I'll get one, I'll drop it, get another one, drop it. On and off, I've been doing this for like the past 2 years, I would say. So like 2020 was when COVID hit. So like a year after that, I was like, all right, for sure, I can try to finesse this and figure out some way. And you just gonna last however long you last.
Yeah.
So at some point, shit gonna get too much, and they might let you go. But I've never been like the kind of person that relies on the company, but rather my ability to get another one. So no matter whether they cut me or not, I didn't stress too much about it because I'm like, I'm gonna just get another one. I just relied on my wings more than the branch. There was a quote for that.
Yeah. Understanding your ability, that's deep, because when you rely on a job, once you get cut, you're going to get depressed. Once you rely that you have a skill, any other company is going to pick you no matter who you are, because you're going to be a value to them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's amazing. Let's move on to another topic. I know you're a man of a bunch of things. So I want to talk about, you have a lot of ideas. So I want you to talk about, the ideas that you have. And you told me about your bright idea, which actually is like an amazing idea for me. When I saw it, I was like, oh shit, it could be big. But if you want to speak on that.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm the kind of guy that believes that I could be a billionaire, and that's not
Talk your shit.
No, I'm not saying
Talk
that
your
like
shit.
to brag, bro.
No. Go ahead.
Like failure is not an option for me, bro, at all. So I believe that I could reach 1 billion, but I'm not delusional enough to say I want to be a billionaire. But how the fuck I'm gonna get there? So if the end goal is 1 billion, I'm like, okay, how do I work my way backwards from the billion to where I'm at now, so I can figure out a way to level up? So I was like, okay, I have all these ideas, tech ideas, entertainment ideas, but I'm like, I need a concrete starting point for me to realize these dreams. And the best way, or the most efficient way for me, is to use the ideas that I have to create products that we can actually bring to the marketplace and sell. So one of my first ideas that I have is a toothbrush. It's patent pending right now. It's a functional toothbrush where you can use it to brush your teeth, scrape your tongue, floss, put it on the table standing upright with no other support, and you can cover the brush so it doesn't get any bacteria, with an LED light so it can light up the bathroom when the lights are off and things like that. So that's my main first idea that is in production right now. We're about to actually negotiating with China for all of the tooling and all the different things. So I'm gonna put it on a crowdsourcing site coming soon. But that's my first idea that is gonna be able to generate enough income to go to the next one, and that's how I plan to reach the big B.
Yeah, I mean, in order to reach not even 1 billion, 1 million, you need to sell service or a product. Those two is going to get you to the next level of money. You could work 10, 15 years and have a stable income depending on your saving, your lifestyle. You might reach it 10, 15 years down the line, but with service and product is the only way to level up, to scale up, basically. 100%. And you dig deep to even just, you didn't settle for like, okay, I got 2-3 jobs now. You're always curious to like, okay, what can I do next? And that's pretty dope to hear from you.
Yeah, man. This shit might fail. Like, I'm talking about it to you now. Like, tomorrow you never know what's gonna happen. But the fact that I did something, I brought a product, it's patent pending, I created it, like it's an actual, there's a prototype for it, you've seen it and everything. Right. I didn't even think that I was gonna get it to this point. You feel me? When I first started, like, I had to find somebody that will do the prototype. I had to find somebody that will do the design. So having and figuring out all of those resources was a very tough part of the journey. And like, we have so much more to go from here, but I'm so proud of where I'm at, and I just try to take those little wins and just celebrate them as much as I can.
Small wins gather up to big ones. So keep going. Appreciate that. Speaking of other endeavors, right? You into poetry and music.
Yeah.
So talk about those experiences, because I used to see you like, you know, writing bullshit rhymes. Now
Nigga, I'm the hardest nigga out here. Nah, I was just like
you was writing some rhymes, putting on Instagram.
type
One
shit.
one thing I respect is you don't care about what people think of you. Like you don't care about like, yo, how the ultimate fear of a human being is like what people surrounding them is gonna think. So there's people that are scared to post a picture thinking
Yeah.
that people are gonna, yo, what are they gonna feel, blah blah blah. But you pull the trigger and everything. So
Yeah.
talk about pulling the trigger in most of your. Well, let's talk about music and
Yeah, like a lot of people are, like you said, they're afraid to do anything because they're afraid of what the public perception is gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
For me, at the end of the day, when I'm 80 years old and I'm in the hospital bed, I got nothing but the memories.
You
to
ain't gotta
live
be
off
the
of.
hospital, but go ahead.
Whatever it is, nursing home, you feel me? Whatever I'm at, all I could do is look back and be like, okay, how many regrets do I have? And people are gonna go on my Instagram, look at the music that I post on there, be like, oh, this nigga goofy, whatever. But for me, the fact that I even put it out there, it's like, all right, I did something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so multifaceted, I'm able to do this and other shit too. So unless it's Chris Brown or somebody with good voice coming to me talking shit, I really don't care what anybody has to say. You feel me?
I wish maybe I'll put the clip like somewhere over here of him singing so y'all can entertain
Nah,
yourselves.
fuck that. Nah, but the reason why I put those clips is not because I want to be a singer. Like, I write a lot. So if you actually just ignore the face and the voice and listen to the lyrics, it's like it goes deeper than what you're hearing in mainstream
100,
today. You feel me? So
100%.
I'm more of like a pen kind of guy. I'm not really trying to be in front of the camera and all that, but ironically, I am here.
No,
so.
I mean I seen most of them, like you used to do even poetry about like love and shit, and I'm like, okay, and
Yeah, what's crazy is I started that when I was in school because I used to watch battle rap. Like I still do. I love battle rap.
Right.
Anybody that could talk to me battle rap, I love that person. You feel me? So battle rap got me more into like poetry, and I'm like, okay, I like writing and I like creative writing. So
Right.
how can I leverage this? So I actually started writing poems for niggas to give to their girl and would charge them on Valentine's Day and shit like that. It was like a whole hustle I did in school.
Yeah.
But after school, I'm like, I gotta talk about something of substance. So I started talking about my country. I started talking about, heartbreak, love, being an African American in America and all that. And I actually got a new one that I've recently wrote and filmed. So I think maybe you can
Coming
post
soon?
that.
Oh, yeah.
It's ready
We're
to
gonna
go.
put it at the end. We're
Yeah,
gonna put it at the end,
Put it
yeah.
at the end. So whoever fucking with it, fuck with it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's like self-expression, right? You do that. I'll
Always.
fuck with your music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Miami Vice and all that. Check that out. You feel me? On all platforms.
Yeah, definitely. You need some sort of like an expression, and then you tap in. Even though you do like like we do tech, right? Most people that do this like more serious, they feel like, this is goofy, blah blah blah. But you find avenues to like express yourselves, even though it could be like for your Instagram followers or whatever. I do this as a form of expression and bring people like you and talk about stuff like this so we can, and what do you call it?
A lot of niggas that hate are not doing more than you. You feel me?
100%.
So, like, who cares?
Yeah. No, like personally, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I get on here and say whatever. Hate is a form of love. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But finding that expression and expressing it is such an amazing thing. But I wanna ask you another question. Like I always ask this question, but I don't like this question when I'm asked. So, where do you see yourself like 5 to 10 years from now? If you ever see that far, if you're a day-to-day type of person.
No, I'm not a day-to-day type of person.
Okay.
Like I told you, I have a goal of being a billionaire, and I'm gonna get there eventually. If I say I'll do it in 10 years, that might be a bit too ambitious, but you never know. I have really creative ideas in all different avenues that I want to pursue, and I'm gonna try to achieve as much of it as I can.
Right.
In 10 years, I plan to be married, have a son or multiple sons. I plan to
You
make
don't want a
my
daughter?
daughters are cool.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? I love girls, but
yeah.
um I want sons because I want them to be professional soccer players.
Okay.
Like, soccer is my hobby and my passion, and I love it. So if I can raise a kid and put him in the proper camps and programs that I wasn't, privileged enough to have, that's the advantage that I want to give him, so he can potentially, get to a higher level than me and represent his country on a bigger scale.
Absolutely.
So he can give an inspiration of hope to the 100 million plus people we have back home that are
120
looking
now.
up. I'm 120. It's
Yeah.
crazy, bro. So everybody's looking for some inspiration, and if I can play a small part in doing that, I want to give it a go.
Right,
If
right.
my kid doesn't want to do it, I'm still gonna love him regardless. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my part.
Yeah, and I want to say one more thing about expanding and doing other things. Before you even like move on to other endeavors, one thing I notice is with everybody, not just you, but you have to master one thing. You figured out the tech thing before you move on to like that idea of a toothbrush, and then you move on to another endeavor. Like every time, because most people in society wise, what they do is they start one thing without that blossoming, they water another plant, and so you don't have enough water for this plant to grow fully. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So shout out to you on that. And let's talk about soccer now. You're a big soccer guy, and even planning to like have a son. That's literally an investment. If you think
It
about
is.
it. Yeah.
It is.
So having a baby with the right partner, grooming him, because now you have sort of like money to like invest in him to go to camps, Europe, whatever. So talk about like what you see for your son, even though he's not here yet. What are your plans for that?
Yeah, like, so the people that we look up to in soccer, at least, Neymar, Ronaldo, Messi, Ronaldinho, all of them come from like the favelas and the poor neighborhoods, grew up with nothing, and all of a sudden they make their way
Right.
into being a professional and one of the best in the world.
Right.
But for each Neymar or Messi that we see, there's like five others that are like groomed to be that because their parents are either former athletes or they have the right connections to put them in position. So I want to take that route. Like, even in basketball, if you see all of these basketball players, after they finish, their kids are now playing professional. So it's not impossible. You feel me? You just gotta invest and spend a lot of time with your kid, not only training them, but like making them believe that they're the best in the
Discipline, too.
world.
Yeah.
So as long as the interest is there, and you don't want to make it a chore, you know what I mean? You don't want to make it like, oh, I have to do this to make my dad happy. You want to make it fun for them. You want to make it exciting, something they look forward to.
Right.
And if you approach it from that aspect, I feel like they're gonna love it just as much as you do.
Right.
And they're gonna, still have that chip on their shoulder of making their parents proud. So they might go that extra mile to actually achieve whatever dreams that you set out to, make happen for them.
Right, absolutely. Like you have to. It's how you breed. Like kids are like, no disrespect, they're like plants. How you water them, how you feed them, and how you feed positivity in them, and how you feed discipline in them. And with that, if you invest in them, which is like money wise, putting them in the right camps, whatever it is, basketball. You know what I mean? If you don't have the connections, you can like actually pay to. You need some money to like invest in any form of job or creativity, art, whatever, sports.
For sure.
So yeah, that sounds like a good plan. You know what I'm saying? I wish you all the best on that. And I want you to talk about soccer. Like talk about your team and how your team lost to my team a couple years ago, last year.
You don't have a team.
I have Real Madrid. Come on.
Hey, I'm a Manchester City fan.
Yeah.
People are gonna say, "Oh, this nigga started becoming a fan since this year, that year, whatever." It doesn't matter, bro.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they won 4 out of the last 5 Premier League, unheard of type shit. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable. The last 6 out of 10 in the most competitive league is like you can't write a story like that. So
They
I'm
need
a,
to write one in Champions League.
yeah, but we there every year. You know, we ain't there all the way, but we competing. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Shit happens. Real Madrid beat us. That's true, but they scored 3 goals after the 90-minute mark. So
We have our
soccer.
own Champions League. I stopped going, but talk about your soccer skills. How good are you in soccer?
Hey, I ain't gonna cap. Any field you put me on, bro, I'm
If someone
top.
says I ain't gonna cap,
They
where's the
gon'
hat?
they gonna
There's no
cap.
hat around.
They
Okay,
gonna
go ahead. They
cap.
gonna cap. Go ahead.
Nah, niggas that play with me know, bro. I ain't even gotta say much, but I'm top 3 no matter where you put
Top
me,
top
bro.
three in the city. You know what I'm
Top,
saying? We have our own little Champions League
yeah,
somewhere in this city. If you guys wanna, nah, we don't want nobody there.
yeah.
You're just saying.
It's already too many niggas. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's
All
okay.
right. Anything else you want to say?
Hey man, I just want to give you your flowers, bro. I don't know if you know the road traveled is gonna be long, and you already traveling it, and you never know when that click is gonna happen, when you're
Right.
gonna blow up. But
Right.
the fact that you consistent, because a lot of people, like you mentioned earlier, they want to start something, but they don't want to see it through. They want to go to the next thing because they looking for a quick come up. But
Yeah.
you staying humble, you figuring it out, and you trying to do your thing. So I want to give you your flowers.
Appreciate
I
you.
appreciate you. I look up to you. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Likewise, bro.
We gonna figure it out. You
We're
know
gonna
what I
figure it
mean?
out.
We
So
gonna make
before
something
we
happen.
go, hit us with some. I do this with every guest. So hit us with some motivation off top of your head, quick. Let's go. Whatever it is, go ahead.
Damn.
Yeah, whatever it is, figure it out. Say it. Whatever advice you can give to anybody
Yeah.
regarding money, regarding soccer, regarding anything that you do, ideas. Floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, I think it all stems from something, right? You have to have a hunger to not be comfortable in the situation that you're in. The moment that you get too comfortable, that's where you're gonna remain for the rest of your life. You always, no matter if you live in a good life, no matter if you're struggling, you going through some shit happens. Wins and losses happen all the time. But if you are okay with being uncomfortable and you're trying to aspire to reach something, like my dad came here and he brought us here. That was the best he could do for us. And I appreciate him, you know, till eternity for that. But now I have to do better. Just raising a kid in America ain't nothing special. Like my kid has to grow up and be better than me.
100%.
So I have to lay the foundation now. So by the time he arrives, everything is set so that he could succeed or she could succeed. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. He got a daughter.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you just gotta you gotta be consistent. You gotta ignore the no's. You're gonna get a lot of no's in life, bro. Hey, I used to get rejected by girls all the time. Still do. I ain't gonna cap. But
Oh, we gotta talk about females. Okay, go ahead.
nah, I was
Go ahead. Go ahead.
nah, I was gonna say, like, in every aspect, bro. Whether it's career, friendship, relationships, you're gonna get rejected.
100%.
If you're gonna run away from that or you're gonna be afraid of it, it's gonna consume you and it's gonna take control of you, and you know what I mean, you don't want that. So you gotta embrace it. You gotta go talk to the most beautiful girl in the world, take your L, and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go talk to the second most prettiest girl in the world. And that's how you gotta approach
Say it again.
anything that you're doing in life, and I
sir.
think you could go far, you know what I mean?
Thank you. Picking up from where you left off, being immigrant kids, right? We're like in the middle. Like we came here young, so we have a little taste of like Africa and coming here and being American or whatever. What our parents did for us is like their goal. Like our parents are from my parents are from the countryside. You know what I'm saying? And they came to like the
Mine
city. Yeah, they
Yeah.
came to the city, made their way to LA, and then raised us. That's the best they can do, like you said. That's their ultimate. Like that's that they peaked right there. For us, we have to take it a little further, and our offspring's gonna have to take it a little further up.
Exactly.
So it always gotta go like that. So strive to like be better than don't be a bum. Like be better than your parents. Take care of your parents. Don't abandon your parents.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? And then take care of your kids as well. And also, you mentioned something else. I got sidetracked. Oh, accepting no means it's not the end of the world. Whether it be with females, whether it's like with jobs, whether it's be like with business ideas. If you get no,
Take
move
the
on.
lessons.
Right,
Take the lesson
right
from
here.
it.
Take it right here to the chin and
Yeah,
move on. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And then have no fear into talking to the most prettiest girl in the world. What if she says no? Who cares?
That's the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
She say no.
She probably gonna be like, I'm not interested.
She probably gonna call you ugly, nigga.
Yes. that low key hurts, but you gonna get used to it.
Yeah. You get numb to it after a while,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It's like,
It's just practice, trial and error. So
and another, my bad,
No,
not
go
to
on,
cut
go
you
on,
off.
go
I
on,
just
go on.
want to say, like, even though we immigrants and we know a different lifestyle and different culture, in the eyes of Americans or white Americans in particular, we're
lit.
niggas. You find
Yeah,
me? We're
yeah,
black.
yeah.
So, with being black, there's a lot of like shit that comes with it. All of the racism, discrimination, whatever. If you're gonna keep playing victim into that, that shit is not gonna serve you at all. You feel
Right,
me?
right.
You gotta figure out like, okay, I know I'm at a disadvantage coming in, and I just have to prove that I'm worthy.
Right.
The same way that I do when I step on the soccer field. You know, everybody's like, oh, this nigga ain't gonna do nothing, whatever. And then when the game starts, it's a different story. And the same thing in the office. You walk in and it's like, wait, he's black and he's an engineer. He came in here. What? And you go in there and you show off through your work, and then they're gonna be like, all right, they have no respect, no option but to respect it.
100%.
So knowing that you do come in with that disadvantage, but not letting it affect you or pull you down or make excuses, that's also another thing that is gonna lead you further in life.
100%. And let your job speak. Let your work speak.
your work speak.
Let your work ethic
Yes.
speak. Let your confidence speak. And the difference between us immigrants coming here is, like, I didn't see color. I know this kind of, I don't want to make it about race, but I never saw color until I came to this country. It didn't make sense to me when people call me black when I came here. I'm like, what? Because I'm being serious. You know what I mean?
Bitch, what?
Like, what? Like, I didn't get it, but I still sometimes I still don't see color when I talk to people. I'm not like yo, he's white, he's black, but sometimes I gotta tap myself and I'm like, yo, I'm in America. I gotta understand like race is a thing here. But yeah, accept no's and accept no's from. You know what I'm saying? Be bold to take jump all the time. When you see a girl, whatever,
Yeah,
work.
jump.
If you want the jump,
Yeah.
work. If you want the girl, go try her. She might say okay. She could be the baddest girl you ever got. You know what I'm saying? It could be the best job you ever got. It could be the best business idea you ever got.
Facts.
Jump. So that's all I wanted to say. You want to add a few more things?
No, I think you hit it on the nail. You feel me? Being hesitant is not gonna get you anywhere.
Yeah.
Being too cool is not gonna get you anywhere. You just gotta be humble, but at the same time be confident in your abilities, right? And be willing to put it all in the line to get what you want and what you deserve. And as long as you believe it 100% and you pray, I pray a lot. I'm a Christian Orthodox.
Yes, sir. Talk about
Ethiopian Orthodox.
Talk
That
about
shit is
that.
never gonna change. And I love God. I talk to Him more than I talk to anybody else in the world. And I pray every day to Him to just show me the way. You feel me? I might not be perfect. I'm a sinner, but forgive me for my mistakes and lead me in the right direction. And
Yeah.
I'll do my best to make Him proud. So through that, as long as your intentions are pure and as long as your work is honest, I feel like you could go a lot further than anybody else in this world.
Yeah, and for all the non-believers, I hope you find it in your heart to find God somewhere in life. You know what I mean? So it's sad that people find God when they get older, but I wish you could find God when you're young, because that's the best way to like have. I'm not even trying to be on some preachy type shit, but it's best to have a relationship with God while you're young, while you're pursuing something, because He's the way to everything. And I'm fasting, so I just gotta be a little preachy. But yeah, absolutely, like you said, like have a deeper connection with God, and God is the answer.
Also, bro, like I don't want to get too deep, but I just want to like bring up, because of my personal experience and
Yeah.
people that I've spoken to in the past. 99 I figured out 99% of your problems go away if you forgive your parents for either doing certain things or not doing certain things for you. Like a lot of the trauma that we have in the past, in our childhood and everything else, comes from either our parents not being around or either them doing stuff to us or whatever the case might be. But the moment you realize they're human and trying to figure it out too,
100%.
and they made mistakes along the way, and you just forgive them for that, 99% of your problems literally go away. Because once you let that go, all of the blame points to you. So all of the deficiencies you have now, you have nowhere else to put it but on yourself.
100%.
And that's gonna force you to work on those deficiencies and become a better person in the long run.
Yeah,
You know what
like
I mean?
think about like how our parents came, and the fact that like to me, like my parents never did wrong in my eyes, so I never looked at like, oh, them. No, they're perfect. To me, they're the perfect human beings because the shit they did for us and my family, we feel the same way. The fact that they brought us here and they had to work 16 hours, blah blah blah, and we're like literally in the house by ourselves watching TV. They had to do that for us to go to school. So there's no blame in our parents, but most of the time, people in America, the kids. I'm not trying to rag on y'all, whatever, but no, I'm just trying to be real, right?
You ain't gotta put disclaimers, my nigga. Just say what you feel,
yeah.
bro.
Like the fact that my dad wasn't around. The nigga was working 16 hours.
Tight.
He did it for you, and then most of the time they understand it by the time they hit 25, 26.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yo, he was actually right, but you resented him for 25, 26 years.
Yeah.
How does that gonna make him feel?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So to me, it's like, yo, like scratch all that. Just what they did for you is for your own benefit. Because when you have a kid, you're going to understand when you leave him, if you end up being a single parent with no good job, you gotta have to work 2-3 jobs.
Yeah.
And your kid is going to be raised by TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not going to be there to influence him the right way or her. So your kid is going to have the same resentment. And it's karma recycled all over again.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So your parents are perfect. To me, I look at it like even if they give you for adoption, they feel like the adoption parents might do something better than they could have done.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Exactly.
So in no resentment. So you know what I'm saying, be appreciative of life. Life is an amazing journey.
Yeah.
Ups and downs happen. Down happens, you come right back up.
Yeah.
When you go down, know that you can never go any lower. You can go back up. You know what I'm saying? The stock is gonna go up. So
And when you're up, you gotta be humble so you don't go back down, because you are gonna go back down. It's it's a pendulum.
It's a
It
zigzag,
goes,
yeah.
it goes up and down. So you just gotta be hopeful when you're down and humble when you're up, and you're gonna be okay. I feel like.
yes, sir. Amazing conversation. This is my favorite episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, bro. Anytime, my nigga.
You gotta come back and we gotta do some ratchet ass episode.
Yeah, we gonna talk about all these other child females. You feel me?
Yeah, we on your ass. I'm
All
on your
that
ass.
shit. Yeah.
But I just want to
got
bring
a lot
him.
to say.
Yes, sir. Bring him and talk about some deep stuff. Thank you for coming, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Where we going right now? We going to the Laker game?
We about to go watch the Lakers, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yes,
AD
sir.
is questionable, but whatever, you know what I mean?
Yes,
we gotta
sir.
go figure it out.
I hope you learned a lot from this. Thank you for watching. Let's do a thumbnail. That picture. Just do like.
No,
a
I
photo.
just wanna say, like, anybody that wants to get into quality assurance, software engineering, if you're in high school, you're in college, and you're looking for resources, you're looking for advice, mentorship, or guidance, you ain't even gotta be in school. You could be 30, 40. If you're looking for a way out and you're looking, trying to better your life, reach out. We figure something out. We put you in
Plug your
contact.
Instagram actually.
My Instagram is Shawn Jeezy, SHAWN Jeezy. I don't know if I gotta spell the Shawn part, but GZ, yeah. So reach out, message me, let me know what's up, let me know your story, and then I'm gonna put you with the right people to get you to the next level. So yeah. I just wanna try to help as many people as I can.
100%. 100%. And that was a couple of my last videos were about that. So reach out to me as well. Leave me a comment, and then I'm gonna connect you with the right folks. And we have no computer degrees, but we're in the tech industry. You know what I'm saying? So you don't need a degree to get there's a way to get in. You know what I'm saying? So
If I can do it, you can do it.
yeah, that
You
cheesy.
spend all day on the phone anyhow.
Come to Everest College. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's the best part to cut it off though.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Let's do a thumbnail. Just do something right there and right here. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
for
Yes,
sure.
sir.